Let's be honest here. Your 20s are probably the most important years of your life for a few reasons, right? People like to go on the internet and say, oh, you need to get rich now, you need to do this now. Oh, and there's another side of it, right? And they say you can just chill in your 20s and you can just relax and your 20s are for living and don't stress about becoming rich because you have your 30s and your 40s to worry about that. I think both of those standpoints are slightly incorrect. And I feel like the best approach is a more balanced take. But I still believe that your 20s are your most important years for a few reasons we'll get into the video. So let's get into it. So the first reason I feel like your 20s are your most important years is because everything stacks in your 20s. Like everything starts in your 20s. All those habits that you've been putting in the work consistently, all those mindsets that you were stacking in your early 20s, they start to compound later. In your 30s, you start to see the real like impact of your habits. And that can be good or bad. For example, a lot of people in their 20s, they neglect their sleep. I'm guilty of this as well. Like I used to neglect my sleep a lot. I've been putting a conscious effort to getting more sleep recently because I've been learning that if you don't start sleeping now, you in your 30s and your 40s, not even late as 40s, just you in your late 20s and 30s, you're gonna hate yourself for it. You're gonna absolutely hate yourself. It messes up your mind, your look, your like your state of mind, bro. Like you really need to start sleeping. Like in your 20s, all these small choices add up. They add up and they make a huge difference for when you're later on in life. For example, people that start investing when they're young, like even just like £200 a month, $200 a month, just like small investments every single month. Those are the people that become financially free later on in life. Those are the type of people that you see some people in like they're like 25 to 30. They're just chilling in like Thailand, in like Mexico, just like not working, just like on the beach every day. You're like, how are these guys funding this lifestyle? Some of these people, yeah, they have businesses, they're very successful people, but a lot of these people are like some of them are just like normal people. They just consistently did the right things in their 20s and it just led to ridiculous disproportionate amounts of success. Because the way compounding works, like it's like this. I've heard that compounding interest. I've heard some people have told me that I've seen around that compounding interest is considered one of the wonders of the world, because it's just like it's ridiculous how powerful of a tool it is, and if you can learn to use that to your advantage, it can change your life, man. And like the danger of your 20s, let's get into it. The danger of your 20s is that there's no immediate consequence, right? So what I mean by that is that all these bad habits that you may have right now, you may not see it negatively affecting your life in your 20s, right? But it's later on in life where it starts to really bite you in the ass. I'm talking like, yeah, you can go to bed at like 1 a.m. every night now and be fine, wake up the next day. Yeah, you're a little bit tired, but if you do this consistently, like the bad habits really start to show and it can really ruin your life. Like as well, like bad financial decisions, they really mess you up long term. And your 20s is kind of like the point where it's a running ground. It's a platform, right? It's a time that your 20s is really like a runway. Like it really just it gives you a length of time to be able to do things consistently so you can reap either the rewards or you can get all the negatives of what you've been doing after your 20s. Your 20s is just a runway. Like it's just an extended period of time that allows you to do what you really want to do, and like you either reap the benefits or reap the negatives of it. And like even like career wise, bro, a lot of people they don't understand that if you don't take risks in your 20s, you're gonna regret it later on in life. Especially if you're anything like me, like you actually want to live like a life of freedom. You want to travel. You want to, I don't know. You want to just be free in this life. You want to experience things. If you don't take risks in your 20s, it's really gonna hurt you. Like it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt us, bro. Like we all need to learn to take better risks, bro. For example, there's some people that, first of all, there's nothing wrong with working like a minimum wage job. There's nothing wrong with working a minimum wage job, especially if you're young. That's kind of like the only jobs you can get, especially with this job market nowadays. But it's like you don't want to stay there. I don't want to be 40, God forbid, and working a minimum wage job. But like, I'd rather die, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, 40 working a minimum wage job, like, respect to everyone that does it, but it's just not for me. That's why I'm doing things to like prepare myself, like to set myself up for success later on in life, right? But you have to understand, in your 20s, you have to be planning for the future. I understand you want to live in the present. Live in the present. Don't live in the future. Some people just live in the future, right? They're just like, oh, I'm gonna hustle all day, every single day, never have any fun. Don't do that because you're gonna miss out on life. But you need to plan for the future in your 20s. You need to look ahead and think like, where do I want to go with my career? Like, bro, if you even want to do a career, if you want to be a business owner, I want to be a creator, like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? And what are you doing to give yourself a realistic chance at success, bro? Like a realistic chance. Like a 50-50 kind of chance. That's what we're talking about here. And a lot of people, they're not even thinking about it. And I don't blame them because, like, who's really thinking about this? Only the really self-aware ones. Like, and if you're here, you're probably one of those people, one of those really self-aware people. So we need to be asking ourselves these questions, bro. Like, what are we doing to give ourselves a realistic chance of success in the future? Like you're seeing, I think everyone knows where AI is going. I'm not here to fear monger. I don't like going on the internet and making people feel afraid unnecessarily, right? But I do want to instill in you a sense of urgency. Don't feel afraid, but you should definitely be prepared. Don't underestimate it as well. Don't be overly afraid and don't overestimate it as well. Be someone in the middle. Just know that AI is powerful. AI is a powerful tool, and the beautiful thing for people like us, for entrepreneurial people, is that we can use that power to be even more powerful. We can use AI to help us make money. Most people are afraid of AI. They're running away from AI. Matter of fact, another principle I've learned, right, is in life when people are running away from something, you might want to question it and maybe even run towards it. Sounds strange, but hear me out. For example, AI. People are like, oh, run away from AI, run away from this. People are saying like crypto is dangerous and all that kind of stuff. Like, hey, this is not financial advice. But I've heard of quite a few people that have become multi-millionaires of crypto. And everyone was afraid of it. And now crypto is becoming more widespread. People are making it's become more easy to buy Bitcoin. But if you look back like 5, 10 years, bro, crypto was some gimmick, bro. Like no one took it seriously. People was like, nah, stay away from crypto. Look at the world now. Bitcoin is literally used as like as a transaction method. Like just don't let anyone force a belief down you, bro. Like you have to think freely for yourself, man. On another note, in your 20s, you need to be really, really aware of the kind of relationships you're building. I'm talking romantic and friendships, bro. Like the people that you keep around you, like your closest five people, is very, very important, bro. You can either make or completely destroy you. Like for real. It can either make or completely destroy you. Like, bro, we need to be surrounding ourselves with the right kind of people. This is no shade. This is no shade to Gen Z. I'm Gen Z myself, so why would I do that? But most Gen Z, how do I say this, bro? Most Gen Z are bums. Most Gen Z are just like they just want to get high every weekend, bro. Get drunk and high every single weekend, bro. And I get you wanna have fun, like, bro. I wanna have fun too. I'm a human being, but like you gotta have a balance, bro. You don't wanna grind too much. You don't wanna get high too much, bro. You need to find a happy medium, bro. And most of these people, you do not want to be surrounding yourselves with, bro. You don't want to be surrounding yourselves with them because most of these people, they're just gonna ruin your life. They're just gonna take and not give anything in return. You want to surround yourself with people that are like realistic people. Don't surround yourselves with, in my honest opinion, don't surround yourselves with just like pure party bums. Don't surround yourself with super nerdy, just a bit strange people, and don't surround yourself with like overly ambitious people to the point where they neglect their health, they neglect talking to other human beings, they neglect being a normal functioning human being. You want to surround yourselves with people that are just like, you want to surround yourselves with people that are pushing towards their goals, but are also like normal people to talk to. Because both ends of the spectrum are just like, just leave them alone, bro. You don't want to be surrounded, you don't want to be with those kind of people. You want to be with normal people that you can have a normal conversation with them, but they also have a direction of where they want to go. Because we all need to have a direction of where we want to go. Like we need to have a plan. We need to have a plan, bro. We need to have a plan. It's not even funny. But yeah, I don't make this video too long, but I think you get what I'm trying to go at. Like your 20s are really important. Like very important. So try to find a balance where you enjoy your 20s, but you also like plan for the future. Because if you don't, like your future self is gonna hate you if you don't. I'll be so honest. It's gonna hate you. Because you want to have a balanced life, right? You wanna have a good overall life, not just like the best 20s and then the worst rest of your life. Why would you want that? Yeah, you try. We need to start thinking a bit more long term, a bit more long term. Just like at least have an idea where we want to go. So yeah.